Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here, and we are back in the Lego studio, and we're making a little bit different of a video today, and I think it's going to take me a while to make this one. So obviously if you're seeing this, I did it. Anyways, I wanted to kind of take you on a journey of the Lego. Anyways, if you notice, I have a lot of Legos, and I have a lot. These are all Legos. There's Legos in here, and I can tell you that the best way to do this is buying Legos off, say, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, yard sales, swap meets. Yeah, just not in Tucson. Stay out of my zone, people. And I'll tell you this, if you really find a good way to get Legos as cheap as you can, it's good. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not good looking enough for my wife to let me have this many Legos just off my looks or personality. No, I'm going cheap. And if I keep talking, she can't yell at me on camera.
Yes,
anyway, damn it. Anyway, so here's the beginning of journey of one tote. So this tote we bought off of OfferUp, which is basically just someone here locally in town. And I'll be honest with you, I really don't know what's in here. I saw that it was a tote full of Legos. And they had some other stuff, as you can see. So it looks like we have parts to a set. We've got some different pieces in here. Looks like some minifigure pieces. I don't even know what these helmets are to, but there's some hats, some weapons. And then we have just a bouillabase of little figures. And there's not a lot of Lego ones in here, but there are some. I'm seeing, yep, there's some Ninjago and then some other stuff. And then, you know, maybe my wife will set up a kingdom of these guys. I don't know. Anyways, all of this, and you can see in here, we've got some pretty cool Ninjago stuff. When you do this stuff, you have to be okay with what you get. And what I mean by that is you are going to run into, for example, this is not Lego. But you are going to run into a lot of pieces that are, and yeah. So I bought this. The total for this we spent was 40 bucks. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spend the next X amount of days, time, whatever, and I'm going to go through this. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to separate it into Lego, probably minifigure pieces and parts, and then non-Lego. And I will do it in totes, and I will keep it separated. I won't throw it all away or throw away the Lego stuff, just so you guys can kind of see what the ratio is. This may be great ratio, may not, but this is a great way that even if you're gonna make Mills plates, to get basic bricks to make Mills plates. You may not be able to just, how you can go online to Bricklink or Lego.com and order what you want. You're going to kind of get what you get, but this is a good way to build up quite a backlog. So I'm going to spend the next couple of days sorting through this, sifting through this, and then I will, the next clip I'll show you what we have that is minifigure wise. This was not labeled as no minifigures. Most people pull the minifigures out of their bulk. This didn't say that. And then I'll show you the actual Lego we got, and then how much of it was trash. So I'm gonna get to sorting. Here we go. All right, so that was instantly for you guys. It took me like 3 days. Generally, I do this when Heather and I are hanging out watching TV and movies and stuff. So this is a weird part I really like, is sorting through all the stuff. So let's see what we have here. So this is the Lego. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of Technic in here. Weirdly enough, I think via Ninjago, there was like 3 of these dragons, at least the heads and stuff in here. But you can see it's a pretty good amount. I'd probably say it's at least, I don't know, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, something like that. I have no idea. Here is the garbage. I don't generally keep these. We'll probably donate that. A lot of this is some, you know, there was some of the Halo, Mega Block stuff, some other random toys. It really wasn't that dirty of a pack, which is nice. And So like grimy wasn't too bad. We're still gonna wash it, but there's that. And then this right here is what we were able to get out minifigure wise. You can see we got quite a bit of stuff here. Some Star Wars, a lot, we got a horse, we got a Magneto, but a lot of the snake fellas that I'm not insanely familiar with. Plus, there was actually some pretty cool medieval guys, some older ones. So lots of stuff here, lots of Ninjago, which I wasn't surprised by. So, anyways, this we'll get rid of. This we're going to kind of put away, and then this needs to be washed. So I'll show you how I do that next. All right, so now we have all of our Legos separated. This is all of the actual Lego, and then of course you've got the trash that I've got to dump out. The next part is we're going to want to go ahead and clean this. So the way that I do this is I get these garment bags. These are for your unmentionables. If you still live at home with your family, buy some of these. Don't use the ones in the house because your mother's bras have been in there. I'm not paying for your therapy, so get new ones. Anyways, you can get these from Walmart. You can get, I think, but I got these from Amazon. They're pretty simple. So I have a old dog food scoop. This is where it gets going. And also this is my wife's favorite part where I completely take over the living room or the kitchen. Yeah, well, we eat a lot, so, you know. Anyways, so we're just gonna go ahead and scoop some in, and then once I got a lot in this bag, we'll be right back. All right, so I filled this up. I spared you from the sound of me scooping Legos for a while. So as you can see, it's about maybe a quarter to a third full. I don't want to overdo it. And then I just bring this over. I filled up one side of the sink with just normal soapy water from a dishwasher or dish soap. There we go. So at this point, I basically put them in. I try and get the water pretty much as hot as I can from the tap, not boiling it on the sink or anything. And most of this right here is going to get rid of the dust and just kind of the grime and just the little kid finger gross that's on Legos. They should really not let kids play with these just for the sanitary reasons. So I'll leave these in for maybe, it's only about 5 minutes. It's not real long. If there's any parts of this that are like really gross that needs to be scrubbed, it doesn't matter if it's in there for 5 minutes or 5 hours. We're still gonna have to clean those. So we're gonna let this soak. I'm actually gonna get another bag ready to go. And then when this is done, we'll drain this and then we will put it out to dry. So I'll get all that ready. Okay, so we've let it soak for a while. What you can do if you want, as it's soaking, is come in and just kind of move it around, agitate it, if you will, mock it if you want, whatever you're into. So at that point, I basically will just grab the bag out, and you should try and grab one bottom corner so that all the water's kind of going to one side. And I'll just stick it in the other side. Now, early on, you can then take this point to rinse off a lot of the soap if you want to. And then usually I will grab another bag and stick that one in and get that going. All right, so we're gonna let this sit for probably about the same amount of time. And the reason being is we want as much of the water to drain out into the sink so that the dry time. Now, I will say for any of you guys that don't know, maybe you're new to the channel and whatnot, I live in Arizona, where this process is simple of drying because it's very hot and very not humid. So it'll take me till probably tomorrow morning for everything to be dry, and for you, May. I don't know where you live. Anyway, so we're gonna let this one drain a little bit. I'll even come over a lot and then just give it a shake, because unfortunately Legos have a lot of nooks and crannies where water, you can kind of see it starts to die off. Then if you shake it again, it's all strong again. So we're gonna get all the water out of this, and then I will show you how I dry all this stuff, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so we've let it drain for a few minutes. It's not completely stopped, but A lot of time I use a towel so I don't make a mess everywhere, and then follow me over to the kitchen table. So this is the other part of our house that I steal from my wife, our kitchen table. So basically at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump all this out. Making sure I don't miss any little pieces. All right, that one's ready to be refilled. I'll grab a lot of the big plates and kind of pull them off to the side. But at this point, you just kind of spread everything out. I mean, this isn't rocket science. It works a lot better if there's a giant loud plane flying over your house. Anytime I dry any Legos, I have the Blue Angels doing crazy stuff up there. And I don't know if it helps, but it helps me. Anyways, so this is basically it. I probably got one more bag full in here, plus the one we have in the sink. I'm gonna get them here, and then, all right, so there we go. We are all done. That one was pretty easy. I kind of procrastinate the washing part of doing this until I have way too many, and then it takes me like a week and a half to do it. So this is probably the better way to do it. This should dry pretty well. Now, obviously, the better you can spread it out, the quicker it's gonna dry. I have a tendency, like I said, to do too much, so that drying it's about this tall, and you gotta come and move it around a lot. So if you end up doing that, it doesn't hurt, maybe every few hours, just to make sure everything on the bottom kind of gets dry. But yeah, so there's that. Now, a couple quick things. If when you're in the sorting process early on, if you find any light bricks, take them out. I don't know if it's good to submerge them in water. Take them out separately. If you're concerned about sticker pieces because of the hot water, I personally never had an issue with like a sticker coming off or anything in the washing. But if you are, take those out ahead of time, maybe do them different. But this is a good way to basically just kind of get all the other person's grime off of your Legos. So we're gonna let this sit. Generally, you'll see the next part in a few seconds for you, but for me, it'll be sometime tomorrow. But yeah, so let this dry, kind of clean up our mess as best we can. And then I will see you guys with me wearing a different shirt when we go ahead and stick these in a tote to be organized later. All right, guys, it's the next day. This stuff was dry way before the next day, but this is the first chance we got to record it. So real simple. This might get a little loud. Got these totes. This is a brand new one. The reason I like using the towels is because then you can if you overlap them right, you can then just pick them up like this. And here we go. You ready? So yeah, just got to do that. Now I basically put all this stuff away. I'm going to finish putting it in here and then add it to the pile of ones I have to go through. And this is where we're going to kind of wrap up the video. Don't look at the 3 totes that I still, come here, fine. You're going to show all my secrets. Here are 3 totes that I currently have that have loose Lego in them that I need to go through and put away. So now my wife has apparently shown you my shame. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to show you Heather's underwear drawer. What? So yeah, that's even. That's even. All right. All right. Anyways, you threw me off. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I do it. At this point is kind of the end of this process until I can find, one of those magical, 26-hour days where I have time to go through and put all this stuff away. If you guys are interested in seeing the next set of steps, maybe not with this particular Lego or whatnot, of how I do an initial sort, then I down sort and put everything away, let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in that. This video took probably been a couple of weeks. It's like 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since we initially bought, the Legos and showed you the first video. So it does take a little bit of time while we're doing everything else. But let me know what you guys think of my process, any ideas or ways that you guys do things, and if you'd be interested in having another video down the road where I show you more of the sorting thing, if that's something you're into. So let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, you guys can become a Patreon. You can get stuff for the city off my Amazon wish list, all kinds of stuff down in the description. Go check that out. And don't forget, for completely free, you can like, subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment, share on social media. Any and all of those things don't cost you anything out, and they help the channel tremendously. So make sure you guys do that. Anyways, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and seeing basically just a cavalcade of the different t-shirts I own. So that's fun. But yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.